Okay, class, for my speech I chose to talk about why learning another language early on in your education can be beneficial for you and make it so academics following that are just easier overall. My thesis is teaching our youth a second language early on can improve academics, provide better task management, and simply increase overall cognitive ability. So just a quick comparison to the rest of the world, it is estimated that 2/3 of children worldwide come up speaking a second language outside of the US. In Canada, under 12% of children speak a second language. Only about 21%, so less than 1 in 4 children, come up in a home speaking another language here in the US. Which 1 in 4 may seem like a lot. Comparing that to over 66% of children in other regions of the world speaking a second language early on, the numbers are quite low. So kind of looking at it on a chronological timeline, from the 1980s to 2007, there was a study taken, and children ages 5 to 17, 21% of them were taught a second language. Children 18 to 40, 24% of them were taught a second language growing up. 41 to 64, only 17%, and 65 and on, only 14%. So if you look at that going backwards, the numbers actually, as we are kind of developing better education, the numbers are going up as far as learning a second language early, which is promising, but still only a high of 24% between the ages of 18 and 40. The numbers are still quite low and still can be improved on. So again, comparing us to the rest of the world where our numbers are less than 1 in 4 children come up learning a second language, Europe is at 56%, where they in their education they learn bilingualism or multilingualism. And in Sweden and Luxembourg, the numbers are 97 and 99% are taught a second language or a third language or so forth at an early age, which also shows in their test scores that they have improved test scores, better cognitive ability, they're outperforming us in their academics, and just overall they have more, based on the numbers, more intelligent people than us. And that could be a multitude of different reasons, but it kind of is leaning towards them learning a second language early on. And according to earlychildhoodeducationsone.com, learning a second or third language at an early age can improve IQ, improve language skills, larger vocabulary, better memory, better problem solving. It can improve your multitasking. It can better your language learning if you've already learned a second language and want to learn a third or fourth or so on and so forth. It can improve your reading and writing, so it doesn't just help in your language learning, it also helps in, say, your English category as well. It can help with your reading ability, your writing ability. It can improve your verbal and spatial ability, which is very relevant to this class because obviously this is a speech class, so better verbal communication, articulation, it can help with that as well. It can help with musical and math skills. It can also lead to more job opportunities, travel opportunities. Learning a second language, say you learned Spanish, you might be more inclined to visit Mexico or Spain. And it can just overall broaden your worldview, view of different cultures, cultural acceptance of other people. It can help with your relationships there. So let's talk about some of the more common myths about bilingualism. Spiritual decline is a big one. Split personality, being bipolar or antisocial because of it. Language learning delay, they say that learning a second language may put all your focus, your cognitive focus, into learning another language and then make you suffer in like math or writing or reading, and that's just not true. And then a big one, a big myth is bilingualism requires starting the second language as a child. That is not true. It is proven that it helps learning another language early on as a child because your brain is developing, you're just a sponge. Anything that's said, seen, heard, smelled, you just absorb it all. Learning a second language can be done at any age, really. It's just the will of the person wanting to learn it, really, that helps. So just a quick recap. In the US, less than 1 in 4 young adults know a second language. Obviously, as the number goes up into our parents and our elders, the number is even worse, but it is growing, which is promising. Obviously, a lot of people don't like comparing us to other countries such as Europe, where the bilingualism rate is 56%, or Luxembourg and Sweden where it's 97 and 99%, but I think that kind of is incentive to try to keep up with the rest of the world, or even make it competitive where you want to be better than the rest of the world. I mean, we're a great country in improving our academia and our education and our further education. As far as learning a second language goes, especially when it pairs so nicely with improving other areas like math, reading, science, etc., then learning a second language should be a very much higher priority than it is right now, which is becoming more popular, but it's not too much of a priority. So I hope you took something away from this. I hope maybe you feel inclined to learn a second language, or at least are interested based on the benefits that I listed that can come with learning a second language. Yeah, so thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed.